those girls answering the phone? I don't know, like 20 or something.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just gotta spend an hour each time and re-explain and give all the information. We were wondering if we can speed things up by fingerprint reader app on the cell phone with face pick recognition and voice recognition, and it should speedy dies the verification process.
Okay. I need a SIN number so at least I can pull up your file to see what I can see first.
All right. So your office likes to give blank paperwork. So what I mean by that is there is no SIN number.
Like we just went, we actually just went over the previous agent.
Would it cost for a SIN number, anyways?
There shouldn't be a cost for a SIN number.
Okay, so I'm willing to pay 10 grand for a SIN number. Is that possible?
I need to figure out who I'm talking to so I can figure out how I can help.
I would like to make blank paperwork authorized too. I'm just wondering, do we go with the voice tech, fingerprint, or face rec, or do we just pay for that shit? Or like,
as you can understand,
it's difficult to navigate your system with deficiencies.
He's a frustrated individual, but with due cause because of the amount of deficiencies and delays on this. I've been working with it for the last 3 months now, and I can understand a little bit of his frustration because after 10 years, this should have been something that's done by now. But basically,
we'll pay a lot of money for this. I guess we got a help group, and we've been raising money for this ID stuff.
Yeah, I found it impossible, in fact, to get him ID. I've been through the system, Service Ontario court system, as well as trying to track down priests and whatnot.
For the SIN number.
So his name is Jonathan Michael Drolet.
Okay, give me 1 second. Jonathan?
Michael Drolet.
No one has the fuckhead number 1.
Can you spell me the last name, please?
D-R-O-L-E-T.
R-O-L-E-G?
No, D-R-O-L-E-t.
D-R-O-L-D-G.
I'll do it phonetic. Dog, Roger, Oscar.
It's actually Dog Romeo.
Lima. Yeah. Echo, Tango.
Okay, perfect. Give me 1 second. Let me do my best to pull this up, okay?
I guess we got to do this about 500 more times to get any polarity.
I apologize for the frustration, but this is new to me, so I will try my best to help the best I can. But until I can pull up your file, I won't know how I can help. Okay, so I would appreciate to see if I can pull up your
I think
file
you
first.
should sign in with fingerprint ID as well, and face pick and voice tech.
Unfortunately, that's not an option
And then I think it should record it on the cloud, and then I can pull up how many times I talk to you guys about an issue.
Yeah.
And give you a performance rating on each individual, each client. And then some performance ratings are like really good, they get all the money, and some performance ratings is like 8 months, they get nothing.
Anyway, so have you found that file?
A racist.
Jonathan Michael Drolet, or Drolet, depending on
be racist.
if you have the French accent or not.
We'll give you all that money just for fucking some plastic SIM card or something. You want to bypass the priest?
It's a pretty...
Okay, so you guys did kick me out via non-payment by cause of medical motorcycle bike engine accident where I could not walk. I couldn't even fucking crawl, actually. I'm just wondering why, if there's no evictions during COVID, why I was evicted due to non-payment. I guess it's because I was weak and not be able to crawl or something. But it's non-emergency now. I still got my bones and my muscles hurt in my left arm. and it's like 2+ years now. It's still hurting. So I figured the bone's shattered, and I'm just moving it around. I figure I need a medical checkup, but I guess that's not recommended. So that's what I've been hearing for the last 2 years. But you know, I guess you don't have the fucking ID fucking print numbers and the SIN numbers and shit to do that shit. So it's not necessary. I understand. What I'm willing to do is like the money that's left on the file, and then the money that you guys also like to shut off a file without notification. And then I can't get it reopened again because of ID issues and verification issues and communication issues and racism issues, and the list goes on. But I'll just trade out that money and add another extra payments to receive my ID once and for all, and then I'll just not receive assistance.
So I pulled up your file. Okay, I do want to go over some information so I can figure out how I can get your file up and running again.
Yeah, but I figure I should have all that money that I am entitled to, and I figured a file was closed through.
I need to make sure you understand that I'm new to your file. I don't know who you had spoken to previously.
Apparently, my worker is no longer contactable because she's higher up in the system. So you guys caused these problems. I didn't cause these problems. Your system's impossible to navigate.
Okay, so I want to help you, but I need to get some information for the file to get it up and running. Who can I get the name of the person that's helping you with this call?
He's my outreach worker, Hamish Campbell. He volunteers through the church.
Hamish Campbell, that's Hamish.
Campbell, okay. And you are from what agency again?
He's not from an agency, he's from the church.
Okay, from church. Hamish, have you been working with Jonathan for a long time already?
A few months.
Yeah.
A few months? Okay. Alright, so I can see here that... Jonathan, can I just get your date of birth to make sure this is the right file for you?
June 2nd, 1980.
Perfect. Okay, so I can see here that your file was closed back in October of 2021 because we tried to contact you and unable to. Okay? That's what I can see. I don't know what had happened, but that's what I'm seeing. Alright? So,
well, you guys stop payment for checks, and then I try to like fix it, and sometimes I do and sometimes I can't. You know, if you look at the financials on the file, it's kind of wacky. You know.
So what's been happening since then till now?
Well, I've been trying to get ID.
He's been homeless, and then since I met him, I've been helping him, but been to date unable to rectify the situation for him.
Okay, give me 1 second here.
I want to use the money from, when was it, November or something?
October.
To now. I want to use that money for ID purposes to get my ID. Like, I'm figuring a paralegal or something.
Okay,
You know, instead of getting a free lawyer that doesn't serve me, never meets with me, I'll just pay for a paralegal.
We can backdate, but what I can do is figure out how
And then we'll get the paralegal to call you guys and get more assistance.
Okay, but there was a...
I need more than outreach worker.
Wait. There was a card that has money that never expires on it.
RBC.
An RBC card.
Okay, so the reloadable card, did you ever receive it?
Yeah, I already used it a few times too. But the problem is, it's just like I lose the card sometimes and I gotta get replaced. And then I'm unable to do that because of COVID and the office is closed. And then you guys don't do the phone thing well.
Okay. So right now, I see there's still no fixed address, correct?
I did have an address. But you guys kicked me out via non-payment. I tried to rectify the situation with the emergency supervisor when I was in a wheelchair, when I couldn't even fucking crawl or walk. And I tried to fix the situation, but apparently I had to be kicked out. It was my Christmas present, and I was not even mobile. I couldn't even walk.
What was the address that you were at?
Wildwood.
Wildwood? Okay.
Yeah, like 3 houses down.
Okay. And when did you get evicted from there?
When you guys decided not to pay, and then I demanded payment, and then I went there to try to pay in cash, and then found out that I had cops fast. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just like there was no evictions due to COVID, but somehow you guys beat around the bush and went around the system and caused an eviction due to non-payment. I don't think the emergency supervisor should have been playing like that, but you know, that's what you do, right?
I don't know who you spoke to, but I can see what I can do to help, okay?
Yeah, and
So,
you know what's really interesting about that is we had a 1-year address requirement to get ID, and the really interesting part, it was just a few like weeks before the 1 year, and then I'm evicted just a few weeks before I qualify for ID.
okay.
Like you guys probably do that all the time during COVID when there's no evictions, right?
Jonathan,
So now I don't
know,
qualify
but
for
I can
ID.
see what I can do to help you right now.
So what I would like
For
to
me
do is
help you right
get
now
my
is I
money
have to go through
or
some questions.
trade up my money for ID.
She's got the questions for you.
Yeah, the questions. Yeah, give me the questions.
Okay. So right now there's some emergency questions I need to go through, okay? Are you currently in or recently leaving an abusive situation?
Yeah, with welfare.
And the courts,
I
the courts.
I got fractured bones in my arm for 2 years without medical attention or medication.
And the courts have also
Prescription
been
painkillers and stuff. So
abusing him, stringing him out through the courts. We finally got him off his... he left a tip for cigarettes and they arrested him, and that was strung out in the courts for a couple of years, but since I've been with him, we got him off that. So he has recently left some abusive relationships, yes.
yeah,
Okay.
mainly
Police.
government, police, and government. Yeah.
Right now, are you safe? Like the main thing is you're safe and that
Oh
you're
yeah.
having a bit of support,
Yeah,
right?
I'm just in requirements of proper identification
And
to
medication.
proceed with the process of medication behind the counter prescriptions. I don't
Okay.
know how much
So
clearer I can
medication-
make it. You know, I also need a checkup that requires a ID for a file startup.
Okay.
It was not able to be done in the courts with a court order or
A judge.
any kind of identification verification systems like the fingerprint stuff that they have in the courthouse. So the judge was actually hoping that you guys would take care of it.
Yeah, he told us to come and talk to you.
Pardon?
He told us to come and talk to you.
Talk to us?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
judge said talk to you guys to get
We
ID
wanted
and
to go to
everything.
the Supreme Court, but he said we're
He
shutting
said,
down the file.
Yeah,
You
just go talk to
welfare.
welfare. They'll sort it out for you.
So we demand him on his word.
So yeah, the judge, unless you want to make the judge a
He
liar,
asked for a court order to go talk to you and get it all done, guaranteed and certified, but he refused that court order. So I don't think you guys don't want to give me ID. Like you did kick me out of my place 2 weeks before I qualified.
Okay. So
Legally.
I do want to get these questions out of the way to get you up and running.
Yep.
Okay?
Great.
So it's been a long time since some of these forms are done. So I want to go through them quickly for you, as quickly as I can to help
And then
you.
and then you'll reapply me, and then I won't be eligible for the money that is already in the account, and then the money that you guys owe me, right?
I don't know until I can
You
help
know,
get
you
your file
know,
up and
you
running,
know.
Jonathan.
I'm just predicting the future. If I know more than you definitely know. So I would like to
So do you
proceed
want me
with.
to continue with these forms?
I would
Because
like
need
to
them done
proceed
so I
with
can
the
help.
reopening of the file, previous file, not the opening of a new file.
well, I think she has all your documents and she's just checking the
Or
information.
is she reopening the old file?
No, she's oh yeah. Well, it should be. You're
Let's ask her
reopening the
the
old
question.
file. Are you reopening the old file?
Or are you opening a new file?
I'm reactivating your old information, but I need to confirm the information so I can
All right,
help you.
ask the next question.
Okay?
I was a little bit confused.
Well, maybe let me talk a bit more and I'll be able to help you a bit more.
Yeah,
Alright.
Rick K.
So, right now there's no asset, no address, correct?
No asset. I get robbed from the cops all the time. No asset. They like to take my
Okay.
stuff and throw it out.
Do you still have the reloadable payment card?
No, the cops took my stuff and threw it out.
Okay.
It happens, you know.
To homeless people. No one's really there to support them, so the cops just can throw their stuff out.
Okay. Let me just note this all for you, okay?
Thanks for that'll all be logged in the recording and file, right? so that we don't have to
Pardon?
go over this again with another agent. This will all be written down and recorded on the file.
On the notes, from what I can see, you had spoken to some supervisor back on the 24th. Is that correct, Jonathan?
We're always speaking to people.
Yeah. And we also spoke to someone earlier before yourself, and then she put us on hold for like 10 minutes. There was music,
Maybe you're
and then
only
you
one.
came on. But I think you're the one
I'm the one for what?
for getting it done. You sound awesome. You're really like
I'm
tenacious.
trying to,
Yeah, you got
so
this.
bear with me, okay?
All right,
You
all
must
right.
be Korean or China.
So give me a minute.
Are you China?
It wouldn't matter, right?
Oh, I think it matters. Or you sound China, but I'm suspecting Korean.
Uh,
Statistically, much more efficient.
1 second here.
We got business cards done through Minuteman like in a day. Well, that's all relevant. It's on the other.
Okay. So no FaceTime.
Yeah, that's a hard one, eh? Well, it's not my fault. I went and provided an address with the ex-warden. Somebody likes to shut it off, though, before qualification for ID.
So there's no phone number and no email that you can be reached at right now.
Well, it gave you the outreach worker's phone number. You don't want the outreach worker's phone email, my boss's email.
Okay, so
You
the
need a
outreach
personal
worker
email.
is 647-339-9835?
Yes.
Okay. And which church are you with again?
United.
United? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm going to note this here for us.
Yeah, I started going to their service. They had a coffee time and snacks.
And what's the email address for you, Hamash?
Certified Tech Roofing.
Certified
Tech.
Tech
Yes.
Roofing
Yeah. At gmail.com.
at gmail.com. And that's one word, Certified Tech
Roofing.
And then roofing.
Yep.
So CERTIFED.
Oh,
Tech,
no.
Pardon?
Certified's CERTIFIED.
IED, yeah.
Tech TECH. Roofing ROOFING at gmail.com.
Okay. Second here.
I know it's a heavy case. It's a heavy case. I understand. It's nice to get.
Jonathan, I have your consent to email.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta email the consent form, don't you?
Through verbal.
Oh, we're doing it verbally? Okay.
Verbally.
Yeah.
That's cool.
United.
On the sidewalk.
Are you aware of any, like, the backdoor missions and places for support?
Yeah, I don't like crackheads.
So you haven't been there?
Why would I go around the drug cartel?
There's a lot of nefarious activity around the welfare centers, as you're probably aware. Drug dealers and takers and all this kind of stuff. So it tends to be a dangerous environment. He's chosen other sidewalks. Yeah, other sidewalks further.
So where have you been getting any housing support?
I already had housing. I'm not doing it again. You guys will just kick me out when I'm injured and unwalkable due to non-payment.
It's just basically a medication identification.
It's cruel and unusual punishment. Very unusual. I thought your emergency worker would... Oh, she's racist and she hates me. She's the one that had me kicked out too.
So the first consent form is for Canada Revenue. It will allow me to look at your income tax information if you do file it, to verify your income information. Okay?
I don't have any ID.
He doesn't.
I still need to go through these consent forms with you, okay, to get your file up and running.
Yeah.
The other one is a general third-party consent. This will allow me to contact third parties on your behalf to verify information for your file. We always try to get the information through you first. If we can't, we use the consent form. Do you understand and agree to both of those?
Yeah.
Do you have your consent for a soft credit check through Equifax?
Yeah. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do a credit check. I don't have any ID. Like I don't have any ID to establish any credit, but whatever. You guys can check a big fat fucking nothing.
Seeing how we can connect you to an ID clinic, but I want to get your file up.
We already tried that several times in the past.
Pardon?
A few of the times, you had the ID clinic call the cops on me. I would rather not go back there. It's a really horrible place. I'd rather just trade all my money for ID and you guys, phone the government.
Could we simply not,
documents.
I know, all that technology and stuff that he spoke about with the fingerprint and face tech and stuff is not, globally active across Canada.
So I shouldn't be going to any offices.
But for this case, given what the judge told us, would it be possible to get a welfare worker liaison officer with the police in the Durham station to pull the records of his, he's been photographed, arrested, photographed, fingerprints and all that kind of stuff.
Posed as officers. We know that already.
But anyway, this is just a suggestion from me. What I would do if I was the welfare worker is I would contact the police station and I would say, bring up the file with the fingerprint and face, they've taken a photo and all that kind of stuff for his court appearance. Send that through to me. And we have his name from the, what did they call it? A release, a freedom bond or something that he was given with his name, and we just match that up and boom, I'll even do the legwork after that and take that paperwork to Service on. I'll take that paperwork to Service Ontario and we can get him photographed and with a non-address ID, and that could be wrapped up maybe in a day or so with a few emails.
My theory is we're going to avoid that issue.
In terms of what other supports we can offer in the community for Jonathan.
He's already done everything. Okay. Wendy.
I even went to the fucking court.
Wendy, judge. Seriously, you have to believe me when I say I've been trying this for 3 months. I know you're just new to the case, right? But I'm not gonna take an order to go and do something that I've already tried. Now I'm giving an order back to the welfare center because the judge's orders have not worked. Your orders aren't working.
I completely understand.
So I'm just suggesting
beat around the bush and get nothing done.
I'm just suggesting a much more efficient way with the status of things.
Certified verification.
I understand the circumstances. So do you have any court documents from the court?
Yes, I do.
What's the court document from the court?
Hold up. I'll